That's bad. You gotta do it the other way around.
I don't think that's the look, Josh.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not the look.
That's pretty good.
No, it's not the vibe.
That's terrible. I don't know if you know what the definition for the word good is, but that's
Doesn't he
you also gotta fix because you only have one thing button, so it's like
looks like a widow's peak.
This is
Joshua, we're just trying to look out for you.
This is absolutely insane.
Slanderous right now. Are you trying to fucking piss us off, Josh?
Party on, Garth.
Well, no. Stay in the fit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Judgies Place on the Internet. My name is Josh.
My name is Rick.
And my name is Christian.
And we are
The Judgies.
Boys, girls, and NBs. This is the one outfit I've worn today.
Am I editing this episode? Huh? We'll see if that's the one outfit you wore today.
You see, I did this little thing over on twitch.tv/judgiespod on stream where I did 5 costume changes on a stream.
In one stream?
Why?
Yeah, for fun.
Okay, like actual costumes, or did you just change your clothes?
Clothes, mainly.
Okay.
Was it just shirts, or did you like do whole wardrobe?
It's just same pants.
Okay, I was just wondering, like,
Meaning
if you had,
none.
Sure, yeah.
Well, if you're streaming, you don't
Yeah.
need the pants, you
Right.
know.
It's like an interview, but in the office. Do you guys wear pants to your interviews when you're in the office?
In the office,
Yeah.
I mean, I wear pants everywhere I go.
Really? That's
Yeah.
a hot take.
Unless I'm wearing a dress, I guess.
you don't wear shorts sometimes.
You're right. I don't think I've seen you in shorts in a long time.
Yeah, I don't really care for shorts. Your girl's got big thighs, so.
I mean, I got big thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but men have longer shorts. Even when you guys wear like the shorter shorts,
Mm-hmm.
it still covers that part where your thighs rub
Yeah.
together. So, I don't.
That makes sense.
Still
Erica,
very loud. Yes, sir.
it was louder. What are we opening up today?
Okay, so we have 2 packages and we've got a little thingy. Which look, it's got.
So what? We only one.
I can only pick one.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, I mean, this was sent to us a couple weeks ago, and I forgot it the last time we recorded because I'm dumb. So I'm gonna. Can we go live tonight and open some other ones?
I guess.
You want me to sit here for multiple weeks and look at those boxes, Josh?
How about we open nothing and instead we read a review? Thoughts?
It's been a while.
I screenshotted a
Okay.
wonderful, magnificent review, guys, over on Apple Podcast reviews, because there you can leave comments. On Spotify, you can only leave stars. And
Which you should still do.
yeah, we get a lot of 1 stars on Spotify.
Do we really?
Yeah, we have an average of like 1.3 across 7,000 reviews.
We have 7,000 reviews on Spotify.
Wait. Our star rating is 1.3.
Yeah. So if you guys are
We're gonna
watching
wrap
right
it
now and it's higher than that, it's because you guys did it. A great podcast, but it makes me lonely.
Okay, I
Is the title
understand
of the
that.
review over on Apple Podcasts. The link is in the description, guys. Please go leave a review. We might read it.
Right here. It's right here.
I was lying.
4.8 stars.
I was
It's
lying. The whole time.
1.7. Hey, if it's higher when you guys look at it, thanks.
I really like this podcast, but it definitely is a double-edged sword.
Sword?
Double-edged sword. When I listen to this podcast, I feel incredible. I'm on cloud 9, surrounded by the realest of friends. But the moment that the episode ends, or I pause it, my reality comes crashing back in. I'm suddenly reminded of the crushing loneliness of my own life. The only moments of solace I find in my life are within the words of this podcast, and each moment I spend waiting to listen to new episodes. Every moment I spend waiting to listen to new episodes leaves me in a deeper and darker place.
Oh my God.
I implore you, listen to this show, but keep in mind that if your life is bad, this will make it worse if you don't think it will be the case. P.S. Name the baby boy Josh Highsmith or Josh-isms if it's a girl in honor of Josh. It'd be weird if it
No.
was in honor of Christian.
I mean, it is a boy. It's already been. I mean, when we announced it to you, we told you it was a boy, but that's fine that you don't remember.
It would be really cool if we named them Hosh though.
No,
Like, that's a cool, unique name.
we will not be doing that.
Too close to the name Josh, and we kind of don't like that name.
No, I like the name Joshua.
Oh, but not Josh.
Joshua.
Correct.
That makes
That's
sense.
why I pretty much strictly call you Joshua.
So, guys, we're going to open up stuff on the TikTok Live because Erica's a little antsy pants.
I am.
But send in your reviews and we'll read them. And send in mail at P.O. Box 58 61350,
Zero.
Ottawa, Illinois, and address them to Miss Pissy Pants herself, Christian.
Yes.
And speaking of pissy pants, Erica is waiting to release these stories on you guys like you're her pants in the middle of a drunken frenzy, and these stories are her sweet hot piss.
I have never pissed my pants drunk, just so you know.
Only sober.
Well,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts. Absolute facts.
So get into those stories, Richard.
All right. Do you want a sad one first, or
Hey, do you want me to make you upset and not have a good time?
Did you hear
Okay.
the review we just read?
yeah? So should we like stay on that theme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You felt the vibe of the room and you were right
All right.
with the broom.
This might be a new Reddit alert.
New Reddit or new subreddit? Did they make
Yeah.
a Reddit too?
Man, fuck you. A new subreddit alert. I think. I don't know if we've done it before.
Tell us what it is before we whoop, because you really you guys both got me the last few episodes, okay?
He stole my joke.
Woo. Christian also stole it. Woo.
r/askmen.
Whoop.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, let's go.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Can we get applause for men?
Yeah. You know what? Men have
Let's wait until the end.
historically, men having a rough time. So let's give them a round of applause.
All right. You're on track for this story. Men that opened up to the girlfriend/wife when they asked you to open up and be more vulnerable. How'd that work out for you?
And this is a sad one.
I think it's sad.
They noticed the perianal cyst I had.
Okay, perianal. So I imagine it's around the butthole. Peri meaning platypus style.
Otherwise.
There's two types of cysts, platypuses and others.
Okay. So do you guys want to tell your story about opening up first, or do you want me to read the majority of these comments?
Opening up to somebody that I loved.
Men that opened up to the girlfriend/wife when they've asked you to open up and be more vulnerable. How did it work out for you?
I don't think I've ever had that happen. I'm just normally pretty open.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't think,
Joshua.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Ladies I've dated, leave it in the comments below.
Christian?
You know, I kind of like to keep that on like a personal level. So like, I know we've been in a long-term relationship and we're married and we're having a child, but like, you don't need to know everything about me. You know, like, fellas.
Like, imagine how much more stressed your life would be if you understood him debating which Gundam mecha is the coolest.
That's not the kind of opening up and being vulnerable that we're talking about here.
Oh.
That is deeply personal to Christian. Like, I don't even know.
About his Gundam.
Mecha preference, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know either. He won't talk about it.
That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean? I have told you the exact model. I said, if you're going to give me another Gundam model for my birthday, it's coming up.
Hey, man, can I tell you
Give
something?
me the Master Grade RX-78-2.
It doesn't count if we don't listen.
I was just thinking the same thing.
If you speak into a void, does the speaking really exist?
You know what? Go ahead and read those responses, Erica. I think we're done with this conversation.
Okay, so when we're talking about like opening up and being more vulnerable, we're talking about your emotions. Like, what are you stressing out about?
Mm-hmm.
What are your fears?
Okay.
What are you anxious about? What's going on in your brain? Because men have this stereotype of having to bottle everything up and be a man, and men can't cry and all those other bullshit stereotypes.
I do want to stop you real quick. One, I've never had an emotion in my life. Two, and I've never bottled up an emotion in my life either. Because I've never, as my previous point, I've never had them. So I've never had to bottle them up.
Okay.
I once had a coworker who was 40 call me emotional, and I said, "You're one of the most emotional men I know." And then he said, "No, I'm fucking not." I was like, "Hey, man, anger is an emotion."
Okay. So the top comment on this thread, and most of the comments on this thread, there's There's over, when I screenshotted this, it was over almost 4,000 comments,
Wow.
and most of them are about in line with what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Or what I'm about to read. I've had it backfire twice and work out once. Now I somewhat go in between being fully vulnerable and giving them the gist of it. A lot of the comments are basically saying like,
How could you?
How
What's
does it backfire?
backfiring? What does that look like?
most of them are saying I, opened up to my girlfriend or my mom or another
Mhm.
important woman in my life, and they basically used it against me,
Okay.
saying, bringing it up in fights, making fun of them,
Mhm.
telling them to man up, men don't cry,
Interesting.
like shit like that.
Interesting.
So most of those comments are in here, but I wanted to highlight a couple of the opposite of that comment. So this one, which had a lot of upvotes, said, she supported me through everything and was the first person in my entire life not to judge me. I broke down and cried like a baby in her arms because no one had ever loved me like that before. My parents just raised me because they felt obligated to. They never loved me. Telling her everything was the best thing I ever did. And it just makes me so sad that men don't get to experience that kind of love.
Yeah.
Eric,
That is rough.
I can't tell if this is gonna be a bit or not.
I was being genuine.
I understand in that sentence you were, but I'm just waiting for you to turn it around.
Are you
not.
gonna dunk on me?
No,
That's what he's asking. Are you gonna dunk on us?
I just feel like I spend a lot
Yes.
of time on this podcast talking shit on men because
Okay.
a lot of men deserve to be shit talked.
Yes, a lot of
Okay, yeah.
people in general.
A lot of people in general. I also judge women and others. So when I saw this, I just felt like I also needed to highlight that
Yeah.
men have emotions too. And while a lot of men can be really fucking shitty,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them also don't get that kind of attention or love in their life where they feel like they can be open and emotional and have that kind of relationship with somebody. And I feel bad for people that don't get that. Men and women who don't feel like they can be vulnerable or open with their partner or even their parents. Jesus.
May I tell an anecdote?
Yes.
When I was in college,
Boring.
Nice. Got his ass.
I was in adolescent psychology, and all the dudes had to read a book called, well, we didn't have to, but they recommended the dudes read a book called The Masking of Men or The Mask of Men or something like that. And I don't know what the girls read because I read the dude book. And this book talked a lot about that, about men having to wear the mask of like, you have to be like the tough guy.
Yeah.
Like you have to, all that stuff. And in this class where we were learning about this, actively learning about how men had to like, that was a societal pressure on men in the Western hemisphere, Western world. I tried to talk about that in a class discussion, and I had like 3 girls in the class be like, yeah, but it's not as bad as women, and completely dismiss it. I'm like,
That's the whole point.
I'm only talking about it because it's the fucking assignment. What's going on here?
Yeah. Like, yes,
Yeah.
obviously women have a really hard time
Yeah.
in society in general. We get that. But to sit here and say that men don't also struggle, that men don't face abuse, that men don't, have these same feelings that some women do, that's dismissive and it's not fair.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not defending all men.
I would never.
However, even the men that suck probably don't get this in their life. And I feel bad for you. And if I've shit talked you, I just want you to know I genuinely feel bad for you if this is your case. So anyway, let's find another positive one.
But also, eat shit.
And this also goes to show that communication with your partner is beneficial for everyone involved.
Except for that first guy.
Yeah.
Well,
The
yeah.
thing is, if you're, I know love bombing is a term, but I guess the opposite would be trauma dumping. Like,
Yeah.
nobody, like, trauma dumping can be so toxic. And, like, for a man who's bottled up and then dumps it all because, like, someone asks, like, it's sort of like when you're doing okay and then someone asks, hey, you doing all right? And then you're just like,
Fuck. Why'd you say that to me?
Like, I feel like that's what men are like. If they're like, hey, you want to open up? And you're just like,
Here you go.
here's all of it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
actually tearing up just from me trying to like mime someone asking me if I'm doing all right. I'm doing fine, guys. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
This
feel
is the third outfit of the day
that.
that they know of. I tried others on before they came over, and I settled on the Pokemon outfit, and now I'm wearing plaid, and that's pretty sad.
Joshua.
Can we talk about why you swapped out of the Pokemon
Yes.
fit?
I was never planning on wearing it. I was continuing the bit from the Twitch stream.
Okay, so I do have to keep that, at least a little sliver of that in to keep the joke
I'd
running.
appreciate it.
Okay, yeah.
Erica, continue.
Okay. So this next comment says, really well. It brought us closer together. I thought I was carrying the heavy stuff and protecting her by doing that on my own, but I was cracking under the pressure. I put on myself to be her and my own rock. She is my happy place, but I was clamming up and getting more and more snappy, etc. I realized that I couldn't do this without being a shit partner. She carries my stuff and I carry hers. We help each other, and even though it felt counterintuitive, I know she cares when I tell her my fears, etc. And they're not secrets I need to keep. It's kind of magical, really, because it feels like the only person I need to be the man. It's kind of magical, really, because it feels like the only person I need to be the man she loves is me, warts and all.
That's nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that a lot of men don't have that kind of relationship with somebody, even if it's just another man that they're friends with, or, you know, any partner or relationship. What are you doing with your arms here, Joshua?
No, I
It's
can't.
just in a comfortable position.
It's just comfortable for me.
Okay. But I'm just saying, like, it breaks my heart that people don't have that kind of relationship.
Can I tell another anecdote?
Absolutely.
So I work with a pretty conservative fellow. And this was when I would still talk to him a ton because we worked next to each other. And it was pretty early on in me working there. And I think I was probably talking about that book, the Masked Men stuff. And I talked, you just brought up, like, I have another guy to lean into, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to talk to him about how, like, therapy is really, really shamed.
Hell yeah.
Especially for men, but even more so, even also for women. Cause like
therapy in general, but especially for men.
Yeah. Right. Cause you're like a little bitch if you go to therapy, if you're a guy, and if you go as
it's
like
weakness and
yeah. And if you go in your feminine presenting, then it's like, you're fucking crazy, right? You're insane.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him and I was trying to explain, like, you know, how men are forced in society to like hide their shit. And that's why, I mean, you look at like, and this isn't the entire reason why, but you look at like how many violent crimes men do as opposed to non-men. And he's like, you know, I just think that's bullshit because like I went to therapy. And I was like, okay. He's like,
good.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Do you tell people that? He's like, well, no. And I was like, why? He's like, well, people don't need to know my business. And I'm like, okay, if it was fine, then you would tell people.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
That takes part of the stigma away when more people are talking about it.
And then he's like, and I don't think men have a problem with talking about their emotions because you can go down to a bar and two dudes will be sitting at the bar and they'll be spilling their guts to each other. And it's actually a really interesting thing is men will open up more if they don't have to make direct eye contact while doing it, which is why men sit at bars and face this way or look at the TV and watch sports. Talk about, yeah, I don't know, just things ain't right at home. You know, the missus is always on my ass riding me to do shit, but she doesn't understand. And just like opens up.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. But also, he's a little wrong because when you go to the bars and you see the two old dudes fucking talking, it's like stereotypical, like, yeah, like you were saying, my old ball and chain at home.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can enjoy your partner.
Imagine going to a bar and like seeing two 70-year-old dudes just be like, yeah, I don't know, that trade package with you know, NATO is just really stressing me out and the ice cap's melting. We really got to do something about climate change.
I'm a little afraid that World War III is right around the corner. I don't know.
Those aren't boomer
know
problems.
what to worry about my grandchildren's.
Those aren't
future.
boomer problems. That's
He's worried
millennial
about his
Gen Z problems.
Grandchildren.
No, he's not.
Yes, that's the juxtaposition here, Erica.
That's
true.
Let's
That's
explain the joke to you, Erica.
But did you guys not catch my joke that I was gaslighting you?
Are you? I'm leaving the podcast.
Erica's girl bossing, gatekeeping, and gaslighting this episode.
I'm just trying to prove my point here.
Yeah.
All right,
Point proven.
I've got one more comment, a positive comment, because like I said, the whole thread was just heartbreaking. But this one says, honestly, it made our marriage stronger and our friendship even better. Plus, it means I don't have to burden all of the stress alone. I was that man's man, Red Foreman type, don't be a sissy guy for a long time, and my life is much better now.
Can I just say if Red Foreman's your go-to hero, you're like guy you're modeling your life after, maybe don't.
I don't think he was modeling his life after Red Foreman.
I was
think
Red Foreman.
I wasn't trying to be Red Foreman. I just was Red Foreman.
You wear Red Foreman size shoes, you become Red Foreman.
Okay.
I'm
So
more-
yeah, I just wanted, because like I said, I saw this and I was like, man,
Yeah.
I shit on men a lot, but they deserve to have the same emotional needs met that women do.
men's rights, yeah. Big
No.
men's rights activists.
Absolutely
Yeah.
fucking not.
Can we just say, if there's any dudes that don't understand, there isn't. Our audience all knows this.
I hope.
This is what feminism is for.
Yeah.
Like, feminism's fighting for your rights too. If somebody tries to fucking get you in the MLM that is meninism, then just understand, like, hey, that's a counterculture and that's destructive, not constructive.
Yep. All right. So that was my kind of sad, but also I tried to make it not super sad.
I tried to make it really sad.
Yeah,
That's
why'd you
okay.
keep bringing it back into you and trying to make us feel bad for you? Like, we don't care about your emotions, Josh.
Can
Bottle
I-
that shit up.
Can I tell an anecdote about that?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was asking if I had the opportunity to. I appreciate that men get a chance to speak on this podcast. Not a lot of podcasts allow men to speak their mind.
Definitely not.
Few and far between. We're just gonna
Oh,
say.
I also wanted to mention too that there was a couple of black men in here saying that
Mm.
like it's even worse for black men, and absolutely.
could 100% believe that.
I mean, men of color have an even harder time with that stereotype of like, oh, you're a big, strong black man. You can't have emotions. I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
you know, it's an issue for men of color as well.
Yeah.
And I should have said that earlier. I didn't mean to like. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yep.
Maybe another new subreddit?
New set of what?
Woo.
I'm waiting to see if it's a new subreddit.
I was gonna joke and say, "Am I the asshole?"
Oh
but
my
it's not. It's not.
God.
It's not. It's not. I swear. r/best of Redditor updates.
That's a whoop.
Okay. I'm fucking killing it tonight, boys.
Call her Goldberg because she is whooping up right now. I'm sorry, she's canceled too.
Is she?
Yeah.
How do I stop this?
Just follow it up with a boo.
Oh yeah, you know what? Say the name again.
Whoopi Gold.
Boo. Okay.
We'll fix it in post, baby.
All right. So this is from r/best of Redditor updates.
Say, somebody, did you get this from the email? Or
No.
Did somebody send this in?
Uh-uh.
Did you know about the subreddit beforehand?
No.
Somebody just emailed us like, you should check out best of Redditor updates because they just do all the work for you.
I mean, yeah. I don't know
I'm
what
interested.
subreddit it was originally posted on because it doesn't say. I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out.
Am I?
Nope, it was relationship advice. All right. The title is. We're reading titles?
We're 80 something fucking episodes in, Erica.
89.
My girlfriend tried to throw me under the bus when the police searched my house.
Well,
Maybe you can tell the joke. You got it, man.
I don't know. You can say it. I don't want to step on your toes.
I mean, we're going to tell the same joke.
Okay, yeah, let's.
Maybe the police weren't going to look
Yeah,
under the bus for the
anyways.
drugs. Yeah.
Can you hit that orange button, please?
Oh, there's two oranges, Christian.
The
You
top
know what
middle
to do.
orange.
You know what to do.
Top middle orange.
Oh, wrong orange. I'm colorblind.
Oh, you admit it. All right. Just so you know, at the time that this was posted in May of 2019,
Mhm.
Okay.
the OP was 29, male. Girlfriend was 24, female. First, I'd like to start with some background. My girlfriend and I have been in a relationship for a bit over a year. She stays at my house about 75% of the time. We have had no major problems before this point. On Saturday night, we were watching TV in the living room, and suddenly there was a loud pounding and shouting at the front door. My immediate reaction was to call the police, but after I look out the curtains, I found it was the police. At this point, I was extremely confused. I don't sell, manufacture, or use drugs. I have no firearms in my house. I do nothing illegal online. I don't even pirate Game of Thrones.
I don't play in, on, or around dumpsters.
I had no idea why they might have had any reason to be knocking on my door on a Saturday night. I opened the door and they immediately asked for permission to search the premises. I asked why they would think that was necessary, and they wouldn't answer. In turn, I refused to give them permission.
That's the right move.
Correct.
My girlfriend repeatedly said I should just cooperate. I said no and told them they need to show me a warrant if they want to enter the house.
Correct.
Because also, they'll just like destroy shit if they're looking for something
Mhm.
anyways. So
Or they could plant something.
Yeah.
a cop would never.
A cop would absolutely. They then informed me that they had probable cause and were searching my place no matter what I thought about the situation, and that their asking was only a formality.
I think that's incorrect.
The first thing they did after entering my house was pull my girlfriend and I into separate rooms and begin questioning us. I kept demanding they show me a warrant, but apparently warrants aren't even a thing anymore because probable cause can be literally anything
Okay.
when your local PD is backwater and shitty enough.
Yeah. Because I think probable cause just has to be like, I
smell
saw
weed.
through your window that something funky was going on in there. I gotta inspect it now.
I heard screaming even though you're watching a murder television show.
Mhm.
I refused to answer any questions. I told them I wanted a lawyer if I was under arrest. I repeated that I did not consent to any searches of my property and repeatedly asked what their probable cause was, that there was nothing readily apparent, thank you Breaking Bad, and that they had no right to strip me of my privacy. My girlfriend, on the other hand, talked a lot.
Babe!
Women be talking.
This is a positive men's story only episode. I'm kidding.
Sound a lot like Skylar from Breaking Bad.
Oh, that bitch. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I watched only the season or series finale.
You only watched the series finale?
It's pretty good.
The whole show is good.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gotta be a pretty good finale if someone that's jumped in at the final episode is like, yeah,
It kept in the zeitgeist. I understood he was making meth.
spoiler, dude.
It's a crazy episode to
Yeah.
jump in on. It's a good finale. Anyway, my girlfriend, on the other hand, talked a lot. I didn't hear much because she was in the next room, but I overheard her say this. In quotes, "You should check the backyard shed. I've never been in there before, and I can't say what's in it."
Women.
At the time,
Hold on.
boo. Thank you. I was going to ask you to do that, but
Read your mind.
didn't think you would do it.
Just take advice from your previous post. We gotta communicate. Yeah, tell me how you're feeling. Our relationship will only improve with that.
How about this? Go fuck yourself. At the time, I could only think, what the fuck is she doing? Well, the police checked the shed and found nothing. Again, I'm not a criminal. And an hour plus, hundreds of questions later, they left. At that point, I asked why in the world she would try to help them find criminal activity in my house, and she could only answer that she panicked and didn't know what else to do.
That's a fair.
I don't really need legal advice. My mother is a paralegal and knows a lot of good attorneys.
Okay. I was like, I don't think that's quite the same thing as being like a lawyer.
My mother's a pair of eagles, and she can fly with the rest of them.
Fuck off.
There's already the police. Now we get eagles involved. Next thing you know, Rolling Stones are coming down the block.
Who?
Let me get up.
Guess who?
This is a warning, Joshua. That joke was bad. For you only listening, I threatened with a carrot.
I love how you made eye contact to let them know.
She's furious about the police conduct, and she doesn't even know what my girlfriend said to them yet. I'm incredibly angry at my girlfriend for saying something so unbelievably moronic, but all she can respond to me with is I panicked and didn't know what to do. What I need more than anything is another perspective on why a person would throw their a significant other under the bus like that. Does this seem like something that can be worked through, or is this just a huge red flag?
What?
Yeah. What?
Listen, people get scared around cops.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're sitting there telling her like, you know, we saw some shady shit. You know, are you sure? How long have you known this guy? For a year only? Have you ever been in the shed? Like,
All right, so we've got some important comments that were highlighted in this update, okay?
yeah.
So the first commenter says, "Damn, that sounds super weird. It does, however, kind of depend on what they told her. If they had said something like, we believe he has XYZ in the house, and if we find it without you telling us, you'll be in trouble too."
Yeah.
Now, I'd be disappointed if anyone I knew, loved, and respected ratted me out to the cops, especially if I hadn't actually done anything wrong. But it does really depend on what they said. And some people really turn into jelly when they see blue lights and a shiny badge.
Yeah.
I honestly, the thing is with the police is that they don't want you to do this, but you should turn on the red light. Because when you see the blue light, you'll go all...
Can I have that
Bonk.
back?
No.
And-
Wait, actually, yes, and throw it at me again.
Okay.
And this will be worth... This throwing at it is going to be you wanting to throw it at me for the joke I'm going to make.
Okay.
So go ahead and throw it.
Make your joke.
No, it's going to... I need you to throw it for me to make the joke.
It made you flinch.
Way-oh! That's it. That was the joke.
Give it back.
No.
I gotta throw it again.
that was for that joke. I told you.
Again, you got him in the eyes.
You're
gotta
fucking
stop aiming
interrogating
at
me
the
like this is
face.
a goddamn sting operation.
God damn it. Joshua, let me continue. Basically, the commenter said, don't automatically assume she knows that she was ratting you out or even thought about what she was doing. Another comment says, why does everybody assume that she's the one that called? You people are all going to break your arms reaching that far. That's funny.
So people think that she was one who called the police to like rat out her boyfriend?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case.
So OP says, I think if she wanted to frame me, there would be 1,000 easier ways than calling the police and then sending them on a wild goose chase to a shed with rakes and shit.
I mean, does it have to be framing? Like, couldn't she just legitimately be worried about like her safety or something?
Yeah, like what's a better way to quell your fears than to call the cops on them?
All right. So like I said, the original post was in May of 2019.
Oh.
So the update was posted September of 2020.
It's a large gap of time there.
That's mid-pandy.
Sure is. So OP says, hey everyone, due to legal reasons and other obligations, I decided against updating my opening post until it was safe to do so.
Legal reasons. His mom is a pair of legals.
I got a lot of incredibly useful information and advice from this, and for that I'm truly grateful. I will link that post below, but in lieu of the new rules I've created blah 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 blah.
What kind of advice could they have gave to where it's like cops came into my house, situation's over?
Well, it was relationship advice, so the advice was
Okay.
Calm down.
don't just
I hope.
assume that she
Yeah.
was doing this maliciously. So number one, my girlfriend and I aged a year, obviously.
Damn, really?
Told you that there was a year between.
In a year?
I am now 30 and she is now 25. This was about as much as could be expected. The tip from the police received did not come from my girlfriend.
It came from inside the house.
It came from inside the house, Erica.
No, it didn't. This was all just a giant clusterfuck. About a year before I met my current girlfriend, I was sort of seeing a 35-year-old woman. Our relationship was primarily physical in nature, but she wanted me to drop everything and move in with her.
Okay.
Just about everyone I knew was telling me that there was something off about her, but I thought they were just judging her for her age.
Yeah.
Then one night when we had a fight, she chugged half a bottle of cognac, and I had to call an ambulance because she was completely unresponsive. I ghosted her after this.
Okay.
Bad response. Is half a bottle? I guess if you chug it, it's enough.
Had to ignore her pounding on my door several times. I went to the police station about a week after they raided me to file a formal complaint.
What were you doing? Fuck, now I gotta put the fucking in the fucking edit. Should have never asked.
I had consulted a lawyer and advised me that it was a good first step if I was going to take legal action. When I filed the complaint, I tried to get information on who falsely accused me of the crime that warranted a raid without a warrant, but they wouldn't budge. My lawyer told me as much. 6 months after the raid, I heard through the grapevine that my ex, friend with benefits / girlfriend, the 35-year-old woman, called the police to inform them that I was cooking crystal meth in my basement.
It's a bad break.
I only learned about this because a mutual friend, who my ex had recently confided in, spilled the beans. I figured out soon thereafter that she had seen me with my current girlfriend somewhere and decided I must have been cheating on her when we were still together a year earlier.
Women.
The logic tracks. If you ask me, the logic tracks. Just if you're asking me. I'm just letting you know if you're asking me, the logic tracks.
Yeah. My favorite logic track is 815 blah 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 blah, whatever the fuck the suicide hotline is.
It's not
You
815.
don't think it's our local area code
No.
that covers most of the fucking county?
North Central Illinois.
Yeah, that goes all the way up to like Rockford and shit.
It's like goes to the border of Wisconsin.
You don't think people do that in this area?
What was
Logic
Now I
tracks, if you
lost my
ask me.
She exacted her revenge by getting me swatted. I went to the police station to file a report against her, but the person at the front desk essentially laughed me out of the building. Which
What?
circles us back to our first conversation,
Cops
our
suck?
first story.
Oh,
No. I mean, yes, but that
yeah.
men don't get taken seriously when
Sure.
something, women absolutely abuse men. That's absolutely a thing that's happening. Or
Yeah.
other men abusing. I mean, it's across all relationships.
Yeah.
So believe them when they tell you that something bad is happening to them. Clearly, this woman is insane and is willing to, ruin this man's life.
Yeah, she's a real goofball, if you ask me.
Anyway,
Kind of fart wad behavior. Yeah, if you really want to know what my thoughts on it are, she's a fart wad, Erica.
Ma'am, you were under arrest. You'll be in jail for 12 years on 2 accounts of being an absolute wacko butt. Be an absolute jingle jangle over there. Come on, guy.
are you two done?
If you ask me.
'Cause I still have a lot to read.
Are you asking me?
That
I'm gonna
tracks.
fucking kill both of you. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
She's being a goofball, guys.
When I consulted my lawyer, he told me it was pointless to even bother, maybe with a better police department in a better city. I was advised against trying to sue them, the police department. More specifically, my lawyer told me that I could sue if I wanted to, but that if he were me, he wouldn't. When I asked why, he said, if you can prove the unwarranted search were racially motivated / based on prejudice or corruption, you could possibly win. But the police screwing the pooch was generally a weak reason, which is some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Again, maybe against a better police department in a less backwards region. I think that would be your case in any city. I forgave my girlfriend for over talking to the police.
Sure.
Many people in the original post were entirely pitchforks up, even suggested that she called the police. And I understand why. Some people went kind of over the line and suggested that she may have planted evidence. But some were explaining that there are people who simply freeze up with the police. Knowing her, I thought that must be the case. Months after the incident, my girlfriend sat me down and let out, I didn't read that part of the story.
Content warning. Essay.
Bad things happen between her and a cop, if you catch my drift. So she was horrified. I was horrified. Last comment. We moved. We moved out of Buttfuckville.
Oh,
The name of his city.
that's nice this time of year.
That's like Northeast Washington area, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. We live in a larger city now, and coincidentally, my parents also moved here too. We're closer to her family as well. One last little happy note is that we're getting married next year, and we're both incredibly excited about starting our lives together. So it wasn't his girlfriend, it was his crazy ex. That's
Women.
the update. But I thought that was a wild update. A wild story, but also.
You know what? Obviously being swatted is like a serious thing. And like, you don't want to like, are you laughing at the joke I'm about to tell? Because thank you.
Just a little
Oh,
pre-laugh for you. Just in case it's not that funny, I'm going to give you a little bit.
I was reading the first comment, which is
Continue.
much funnier than anything you're about to say.
Okay.
Go ahead, make your joke.
If you got to contact the police, try doing it with a message in the bottle. That's all I was going to say.
Logic tracks.
If you ask me, the logic tracks.
Yeah.
The top comment says, isn't it illegal to make a false claim about somebody?
Yeah.
Not in Buttfuckville. No,
Okay.
that's what I was laughing at, which
Yeah,
is
my
much better than
My
yours.
joke is better. I agree.
No.
Erica, you and I have been on at each other's necks the entire night. All I'm saying is once we stop recording, don't stand too close to me.
Give me the fucking carrot back. Oh, you broke my carrot.
What?
Joshua has committed crimes against the sacred carrot.
Well, that's very unfortunate.
Now I've got 2 weapons to throw at you. the carrot and the carrot top.
It's almost as
very
unfortunate as us having to go to a break, guys.
Has it
Thank
been that
fuck.
long?
I think so.
It's been 45 minutes on the cam.
Yeah, well, if y'all wouldn't talk over me and interrupt
We're
me.
a couple of goofballs tonight, Erica.
And check out these couple wacky ads we got coming on the break. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
And welcome back. Erica's issue is that she carrots too much. Oh.
Joshua, look at what
You broke it, Erica. You broke it.
Erica.
Oh no!
Look
Through
at
the
what he
magic of
did.
editing, Erica broke it.
No.
Joshua broke my carrot.
Oh no! Our carrot. It's broken.
Speaking of bad jokes, Christian, you want to get to that circle jerk, guys?
Hey, dude, was that irrelevant? It's
got it.
irrelevant.
Go ahead.
Have you ever had a dream where you can do anything?
Circle jerk.
Guys, if you don't know, circle jerk is where we like to jerk around this circle, and Christian has a very special circle jerk. Now, normally I do jokes Josh tells that don't land at work, but I'm not funny and I haven't been telling jokes.
Yeah, you kind of been bottling them up. I hear you've been bottling.
It's
them
almost
up.
like men don't get a platform to tell bad jokes online anymore. So my coworker / friend has been bottling up my out of context quotes that we get to hear tonight. I only remember 2 of them. I don't know how many she
Really?
sent to Christian.
Oh, she sent these all to you?
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm going to try to explain the context, but honestly, I think 95% of these are going to stand without context.
All right, like they'll be good enough.
Yeah.
They'll stand on their own.
One of
legs.
them I tweeted. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I was very confused. Like once I saw that tweet, I was like, "But wait, I thought this was a joke that didn't land."
When did she start collecting these?
like a week and a half ago.
Oh my god, and there's so many.
There's so many.
Here's
Jesus.
the list of Josh-isms.
Ooh, I like that we're calling them Josh-isms.
Josh-isms.
It's so easy to fall in love with a stripper.
Am I wrong? Hit that clap.
No, don't hit
Hit
that
that
clap. Don't do it.
Hit that clap.
Don't
My
do
wife's
it.
telling me that I'm going to be in the doghouse.
Correct.
Listen, a good sex worker is a good fucking sex worker. That's all I'm going to say.
If they're good at their job, that makes sense.
You ever been in a strip club, Erica?
Actually, I have not.
It's really, trust me, go to a strip club. It's very easy to fall in love with a stripper.
I mean,
Like, that's just a true statement.
my issue is not that you're saying that you fall in love with a stripper. Strippers deserve love as well. I guess what was the context here?
I was telling a story about Vegas, I imagine. Maybe?
Christian's bachelor party?
I think, but it was focusing on somebody else. I don't know if
I
they
don't
would
know.
like their name on the
Did you fall in love with a stripper in Vegas?
No,
I did
it
not.
was yeah.
It's really well. Here's the problem: is like when she's popping and she's rolling, she climbing that pole. You fall in love with them.
I mean, some of the I am on stripper talk.
yeah.
It's so impressive.
Yeah.
It's so impressive. Is that the kind of stuff we see around here?
No,
I've never been to a local strip club.
Really?
you don't. Next one. The only joke Erica can take is Christian's dick, which very mean.
Why are you
And-
talking about me in a bad sense?
Keep my wife out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't think his dick is a joke. But I do take it very well.
I don't remember the context for that, but as soon as I said it, I started dying laughing. I was like, that was a pretty fucking good joke.
I'll pat myself on the back for that one. Me having a panic attack. Josh. Now imagine you just start pooping right now.
Okay. Now, I'm very good at reading situations, if you can't tell. And
I was trying to reaffirm them. It could be worse.
sometimes people need a laugh.
Okay. Yeah.
when they're having a bad time. And I could tell this is a time where she really needed good old goofy, wacky Josh.
You're being a real Patch Adams for him.
And she was, yeah. Nice. And she was leaning up against the wall and then just like slid down in like a shitting position. I was like, just imagine if you were pooping right now. And she's like, I really needed that today, Josh. Thank you. Mans don't miss.
Well,
I stand by all these so far. These are great.
okay. I'm upset because I really do stand with this one. Society peaked with the invention of the Slim Jim.
Yeah. Oh, I tweeted that too.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they began its downfall with the Slim Jim ads.
Yeah, I think that was kind of our Icarus moment.
Yeah. We flew too close to the sun. We didn't need to snap into Slim Jims.
Yeah.
We can just eat them.
Yeah.
We went a little too far.
A bite of the James, as Paul Rudd would say.
Ah.
This one makes me a little sad. Christian hasn't texted me all day. Do you think he's dead?
Christian goes off on a text bombardment when his fucking ADHD medication kicks in at like 8 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
I've noticed. I was
And
trying to sleep in this morning on my day off. Thank you, Abraham Lincoln's birthday. And
That's fucking insane.
I work for the government.
That's true.
Anyway, I'm just trying to sleep in on my day off. And you two in our fucking group text blowing me up on shit I don't care about.
To be fair, we were talking business
Yeah.
True.
and business talks.
You guys were talking about the fucking Judgies, and I didn't want to fucking have a bit of it.
I was not partaking in this conversation because I was
We
trying to
know.
sleep.
On this particular day, it was like 2:45 or something. I was like, that's weird.
That he hadn't texted you yet.
Yeah.
I think I remember. It was just a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember being like, I haven't talked to Josh all day.
Do you think that this is a question for our audience here. Do you think that my husband thinks at any point in time during the day, I haven't talked to my wife yet today? No. I'll answer it for you. He doesn't.
I think it's more same vein, different vibe of like, damn, I got 8 hours today without texting her. And she still hasn't noticed.
No, here's the thing. Oh,
Oh, I missed.
bonk.
Oh.
With Josh, we do text like, because Josh does like daily TikTok things. So we're always like conversing about that. Like the TikTok's fucking tanking today. The TikTok's doing great
It's
today.
mainly the TikTok's
That's-
taken today.
Yeah. Every once in a while, we get a positive day, or it says like, "Hey, can you actually work out today, or do you have plans?" I start to panic text you at like 4:52. If you're not home, I'm just like, "Where are you at? Are you driving home right now? At least, like, did you make it home safe? What's going on?"
I usually am home by like 4:50
4:51.
Yeah.
It gets home at 4:51, guys.
every day.
4:52. Well, something's weird.
Yeah. Well, and then like when the pandemic started, I wasn't getting home until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And she would be like too busy to text me. I'm just like, "Are you alive?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?"
So then for like most of the pandemic, I would text him like, "Hey, I'm on my way home."
Mm.
But then my schedule kind of regulated again, and I was like, "Yeah, you'll see me when you see me."
So I get the same feeling that Josh had about me. I get that about you.
You know what? Little anecdote here. My mom scared the shit out of me yesterday. That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it
2
Thursday?
days ago.
2 days ago? Either way. I texted my mom at like noonish. She texted me back.
Take that T-Money. Watch the YouTube video.
She texted me back relatively quickly. Okay. So I hadn't heard from her. I typically call my mom on my way home from work every day,
Wow.
every other day. We talk for like 20, 25 minutes. Just usually it's me bitching about my job. And she didn't answer. And I was like, okay, whatever. She'll call me back later when she has time. Like, that's fine. And she didn't call me back. And then I got home and I was sitting on the couch. And then all of a sudden I got a message from her coworker that I don't know. And they were like, hey, your mom didn't show up to work today. And she's not answering any text messages or phone calls. And I was like, oh, shit. She didn't answer my phone call. Something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I know she's got like a tooth infection right now. And I was like, she fucking died. She's dead.
Can I say that's got to be one of the worst ways to die?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, is it the fucking 1600s? What are you doing, Tasha?
I know. But she's on a wait list with she has a dentist appointment coming up, but she's on a wait list. And I was like, just call them and see if they can move you. Anyway, so I was like, oh my fucking God. So I immediately called her 3 times in a row. She didn't answer. And I got up and I was like, Christian, I have to go. I have to go check on my mom right now. She's not answering the phone. She didn't show up to work today, which is not like her.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking out. And Christian's like, oh shit. And we were literally about to walk out the door and she called me. And I was like, what the fuck, Mom? She's like, what? What's going on? I'm like, I thought you were dead. She's fine. I mean, she hasn't slept in 48 hours because her tooth hurts and she's miserable and she hasn't eaten anything and she's having a bad time. Yeah.
Has she tried taking ibuprofen?
She is maxed out on Tylenol and ibuprofen and can't take any more.
Okay. I was just wondering. Sometimes that helps me when I have aches.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel really bad for her, but also I was really mad when I thought she was fucking dead from a tooth infection.
Yeah. We were all mad.
We're mad.
Josh, you're pretty mad.
But my mom's alive. Actually, I haven't heard from her since then. So
And intrusive thoughts.
text her real quick.
Everybody
Oh,
text your mom. If you don't have a mom,
let's
text somebody else who's close to
Let's take a quick 5-minute. We'll do a moment of silence. Text your moms in this 5 seconds.
I
It's a
specifically
really
told
long
her.
5 seconds. That felt so long.
I specifically told her after that conversation, hey, just check in with me. I just want to make sure you're alive. Hasn't once texted me. So that's cool. Anyway, sorry. That was my little side note. Go ahead.
We're just tangenty today, guys.
Yeah. Well, Josh had some anecdotes. I felt like this really fit in. And we're judging my mom. So it's fine.
And you know what? None of us like your mom here. So let's...
That's a lie. My
You know
mom's
what?
really fucking cool.
You know what's not a lie, though?
What's up?
Josh saying, also, ADHD doesn't put you in the they-dom or gaydom. I guess she really is dumb. Laughing face, crying emoji, laughing face, crying emoji.
Now, that was over text. And so I'm pretty upset that she's leaking private texts.
Ooh. Uncouth.
I
If you ask me,
vaguely remember this context of her saying that men all suck, and then I said something about she's, theys, and gays, and then she said, well, I have ADHD. And I was like, that's not a she, they, gay thing.
All right. At first, the out of context part, I was like, what are you talking about? I needed the context. Thank
let
you.
me tell you, I read it a couple times. I was like, I don't think I get this
The
one.
joke, I mean, we were just vibing. We were riffing off each other. We were telling jokes all day. And
Why don't you start a podcast with them then?
Yeah.
with her, she has ADHD. She's not non-binary.
Well, Josh, how do you defend yourself on this one? How can you be so girl boss and be a sub? That's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
Speak on that.
that was today, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So that's weird.
I like that. She sent this to me a week ago, dude.
No, she didn't. So the context for that is Kat is one of the most girl bossy people I know. All right. And
She's literally not your gaslighting right now.
then she said something about how her partner doesn't do something in bed, and it was a very
Normal thing.
dom thing, and I was like,
Okay.
Kat, I don't know, it just shook me to my core. I'm like, I don't know how you are a sub. She is so I don't know the word, dom in every aspect of her life, I guess, except for this one. So good for her.
Joshua, that is typical.
It was a joke.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm telling you that in a person's sexual life, they are almost always the opposite of what they are in their non-sexual part of their life.
Not in my experience.
Why are you
So-
gatekeeping?
And I've had sex with more than one person.
So,
loser.
oh yeah. Well, I took advanced sexual health and reproduction in college with my biomedical science
Yeah.
degree.
Did
Did
you
you
thought
fuck?
about that?
Did you fuck them?
No,
I had to fuck for my final.
they gave me an A+ because I'm good. No,
I
I'm
was
just
top
kidding.
of the class.
I was top in the class.
No, but that is very common that if you are a dominant
I'm sure.
person
Mhm.
in your professional life or your personal life, you're more likely to be a submissive person in the
Yeah.
bedroom and vice versa. So you're dumb, Joshua.
I'm Dom. You're correct.
Doubt it. Go on.
Final one here. This one's, yeah, it's like the wind's out of my sails because you fucking spoiled it. You fucking tweeted it.
It's a
Girl
good
boss in the streets, trad wife in the sheets.
Yep, this was in the same text message conversation.
Trad?
Yeah,
Traditional.
Yeah.
Ah.
a trad wife is what the conservatives dream of. A woman who stays at home, takes care of the house.
The housekeeper. Fuck. No, you continue. I don't want to step on your toes.
And I thought that was
a funny premise.
a fun like juxtaposition of like, you know,
yeah.
girl
like
boss
and
versus
trad wife.
trad wife. Yeah,
Mm.
trad wifery in a way.
Mhm.
Although I apparently had a typo, and
It's
she
a-
thought that I typed trade wife.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Well, that's
which
what
is
it
the
said
same
there,
premise.
but
Yeah,
I guess I just have a
Editorialized.
high
Yeah,
intelligence, so I was kind of able to parse through
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
miscommunication,
Yeah, the
really
miscommunication, yeah, really
figure out what
what
you're
they were
trying to
say. Yeah.
really try to. You're breaking my brain, guys. Do we have a listener sound? Because I didn't look one up.
I've
Oh
got it.
my
I've got
god.
a really
My phone doesn't work for it.
You guys are ruining the vibe of my episode.
Yeah,
Where's my
that
phone
logic
at?
tracks.
Oh. I've got a really good one that's old, actually. I just found it when I was going through the emails. This is from September 6th,
Do you
2021.
remember?
This is an old one. We went through our email, we cleaned it up, we did our due diligence. And this is an old one. So thank you for sending this in that long ago. Sorry it took us so long.
Listener submission.
that for all I give a rat's ass.
I was like, man, that voice sounds familiar.
That was she and he on the track.
All right.
I like that. I enjoyed that.
One more time. Listener submission.
that for all I give a rat's ass.
Okay.
So thank you,
And it was that.
Valeria.
Okay. This was sent to us on Instagram. They want to remain anonymous, which is totally fine. They said,
Dox him. Leak
this
it.
is.
Just leak it.
Do you want to read it?
You know I can't read, but I would leak their information.
I, 33 female, and my husband, 33 male, have been together since we were 19. I can't imagine my life without him. It truly brings me joy, laughter, and love.
Kind of cringe, right?
I want to have children with this man, spend the rest of my life with this man, but I fell in love with him for his heart and his mind, not his body.
Okay.
I am not sexually attracted to him and have never been.
All right. Well,
Okay.
We have sex once a month. It's never forced, but when I have sex with him, it's like I'm having sex with a friend. I am loyal and committed to him, but is it normal to feel this way? Because I'm definitely not a 10. I give myself a 6 or a 7. I don't know why that mattered, but am I the asshole for being attracted to his mind and soul, but not his body?
This is a weird one.
I think the real question you have to ask yourself is, are you sexually
Check.
attracted to other people?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
And
like,
parse through either your ace or something like that. Because I feel like, I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of like pansexuality or demisexuality, but you really got, because if you're sexually attracted to other people, then I don't know. I mean, if it works, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like it's not working that great though.
I want to know, are you an innately sexual person in general? Like,
Yeah.
like you said, are you completely asexual, or like, is this just I mean, if you've only been together since you were 19, maybe you guys didn't explore,
Yeah.
what you're into or have that conversation, or
Well, and like everybody's pie chart's different. Like, what percentage of the relationship to you is important that it's sexual? And if it's a
Yeah.
small chunk and like she's saying, everything's consensual, like it's fine.
yeah. And if your partner's satisfied as
say,
well,
I wonder how they feel about the whole situation, but I do think there needs to be some self-reflection here. I think that's the first step, and there's just not enough detail in the message.
And here's another interesting question to me. Could you see yourself ever being attracted to him if he
Yeah.
changes certain things about himself? Like maybe if he dresses better, does grooming differently or something. Because if that's a no, I personally think that's a bad basis to have a relationship on.
Yeah, you got an entire lifetime ahead of you still.
I mean, if I don't know, I guess if they're satisfied in the other aspects of their life and again, their partner's satisfied,
Mm-hmm.
like how do you even bring that up to your partner? Like, hey,
Yeah.
I've never been sexually attracted to you. What do you want to do about this? Or if it is something like, I don't find you attractive because of the way you dress or, you know,
Mhm.
your hair or your teeth always smell bad or something like that. Your breath.
I'm attracted to you because your teeth smell bad.
Your breath, fine. But when I get a little too close to your teeth,
You got
foul.
some of the
Oh.
rankest mouth bones I've ever laid my nose on.
I'm sorry. Anyway, like I want to say communicate with your partner, but
Yeah.
that almost just seems cruel. Like for
Yeah.
both of you, that's not going to end well.
Yeah, how do you put that kindly and not just crush their entire being by telling like you're funny, but like I've never really kind of fucked with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that just seems devastating. You know, if you all of a sudden were like, I've never been sexually attracted to you in my life, I would be fucking devastated.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, especially when I don't know, I just feel like when you've been together that long,
That's the big part too. How old were they?
They're
they were
33.
19 when they started
And they're 30 now.
and they're in their
33.
30s. Yeah.
14 years.
Yeah, it's a pretty long time together. It'd be like
Almost half
I've been
their life.
I've been phoning it in this whole time. Sorry
Almost half their life. That's weird to me. But
that they've been together for almost half their life.
no, that she's been unattracted to him.
Yeah,
It'd be one thing to be fine. You know what I mean? Like, I could be doing better, but you know, things, you know.
Yeah.
But just to be like, never. You're a 0 on
I've-
my scale.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
bad.
I also feel like too, because what is that? There's like a chart that your sexual attraction to a person and your like physical or your emotional attraction to a person, like your sexual attraction starts at the top and it's at its peak when you first start dating,
Mm,
and your emotional attractiveness is lower,
sure.
and then they kind of, you know, your sexual
Yeah.
attraction goes down, whereas your emotional goes up, and they meet, you know, at I don't remember what point, but
60-40. Oh, it's this weirdly enough the same chart as Pilk, Pepsi
Shut
to
up
milk
the
ratio.
Shut up.
When you first meet, it's just all milk and no Pepsi.
yeah.
All I'm saying is, and that's, you know, one of the things that made me realize that we were going to be together for a long time, because why are
Because-
you laughing at
Because
that?
now you're ugly as shit and I still love you.
No, that is not at all what I was going to say. I was going to say that, you know, I was more physically attracted to him at the beginning of our relationship, but even more now, I mean,
That I had to glow up.
he's still very attractive. I'm still very attracted to you. But I feel like, especially when we started effectively communicating later in our relationship,
You fell even more in
I
love.
fell even more in love because you're my partner. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm just saying that, I don't know,
That's
get
very
therapy or
sweet,
something.
Erica.
You can just tell them that you like me, you enjoy my company.
I tell them that all the time. You're my favorite person to be around.
Then why won't you take a lie detector test?
You've never asked me to, and I absolutely will. Where did that come from?
Come on in. Come on in.
We got your ass.
Hit record. This has been a sham the whole time.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I would just look at your own person. It's all self-reflection. Before you go to your partner, I think do self-reflection. Because if you just drop the bomb of like, you're ugly to me and always have been, and there's nothing you can do about it, that's going, like, even if your intentions are not to break up, you're gonna break up.
There's no not
Yeah.
breaking up.
Even if it's not, I think you going to your partner with that, your partner's going to leave you.
That's what I mean.
yeah.
So do a lot of, draw your own personal pie chart and decide, how much of
much?
sex is important to me in this relationship. And wonder, also consider their feelings too. Like, how much do you think it's negatively affecting their part of the relationship? And then decide, okay, if it's a significant portion, do I find other people attractive, or am I just more asexual or anything like that? Because asexual people still do have sex.
Yeah.
Or some do. So, like,
Yeah.
just look into that.
You might, honestly, I am truly being genuine when I say therapy might help you with this, to have somebody else truly go through it with you where you are in a safe environment and can explore those emotions and those feelings. And there are sex therapists, and it doesn't have to be a couple thing where you go with your partner, although I think that would be beneficial when you figured yourself out.
And I don't want to like step on any toes here, but why would they go to therapy when like that's what we're doing?
Yeah, you know what? Why are
Because we are not
we charging
professionals.
therapist fees?
I think we do a better job than all therapists ever.
No.
I'm going off of my own opinion here. You don't have to hold me to this if you don't want to, but better than any therapist. All of us combined are
Honestly,
smarter, funnier, have better advice than they could ever.
if you
dream
ask
to
me,
give.
that tracks.
Guys, can I ask, like, I've got a little anecdote, like, question for you.
Yeah. I would love to hear it.
So I had like pre-scheduled a bunch of my therapy appointments like months in advance, and I've caught up to that, but I normally scheduled my next appointment when I was leaving the office, but they switched to online or like video appointments because of the pandemic, the spike in cases.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to in person schedule another appointment. And I called and left a message to like, hey, I need to make more appointments. And they never called me back.
Oh no, you're getting
Ooh,
rejected. You're getting
ghosted?
ghosted by a therapist.
Am I getting ghosted by is he dumping me?
That's fucked.
I don't think therapists can legally dump you.
Yes, they can.
Really?
Yeah.
Like without telling you.
Oh,
Like,
I
I
don't
don't think
know.
they can legally ghost you like that.
I don't know. I mean, I'll try calling again on Monday, but like,
I think I saw them in the Starbucks kind of gossiping, and I heard them say that your vibe was just off.
Erica,
Oh,
I didn't
no.
want to be the one to tell you. I saw him with another patient.
oh no.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That is rough.
I know. I'm worried about it.
Have you tried just listening to the Judgies? Just right into the Judgies.
So we were like talking about some deep shit at
You
at my
know-
last appointment, and like that was 2 weeks ago, and I really should have had an appointment again already.
Not to like disparage therapy, but like that I know that happens a ton where it's like a
Yeah.
lot of people get therapy fatigue of like switching between therapists, and it's right when you get to the trauma
Yeah.
and then they trauma and then they're like, actually we should see other people. And then you just have to trauma again. And it's like, well,
yeah, that's my sister's biggest issue is that like
yeah.
she can't find a therapist that she likes and connects with, and then she has to like tell the next person everything so
Yeah.
that they're, so that's very frustrating for a lot of people.
Do you have another story?
I do. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Let me go back to Reddit.
Well, Erica's looking for a story, guys. Head over to Patreon. $1, get access to the Discord. The Discord is so fucking funny. We found out in the Discord that Jesus is a short king. He
Yeah.
was 5'5". The short king of kings.
super tall for his time, though.
It's actually average for the time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, so you know how I've
And-
been like really good to men this episode? That's about to stop.
You were okay. Most men as a whole, you weren't good to us.
Editor, insert break slamming sound there.
Break sliming.
Slam.
Got it.
Didn't want to step on anybody's toes, but please step on the break, editor.
Another new subreddit? It's Am I the Asshole?
Oh, I'm fucking livid.
Can we go womp instead of whoop? Womp.
I'll cut that in.
I like that better. All right. Am I the asshole for not wanting my husband to go see Batman when our baby is due?
Okay, no, you said you're gonna shit on men in
Yep,
this one?
We're going to shit on this
I don't
man.
know. That sounds like
I-
a reasonable thing.
I don't think you should shit on Batman. He's the savior of Gotham City.
My 25 female, husband 28 male, and I are expecting a baby. As you may know,
When was this posted? Was this
3 days ago.
okay? This is the Pattinson Batman. Okay, that changes a lot. That's all I'm saying. That changes a lot.
It's the Batman, not Batman.
As you may know, there is a new Batman movie releasing on early March. My husband is a big fan of that kind of stuff and wants to see it opening day. The issue is that our estimated due date is exactly on that day.
There's 24 hours in a fucking day. Well, I'm going.
This is exactly why I picked this story, because I wanted to see how he was going to react.
Listen,
You
you
better-
can watch Batman forever. You only get to have birth once.
Hey, that was a good joke. Dude.
No, it wasn't. I
Batman
had the-
Forever, the movie.
I got the joke. Doesn't mean it was a good one.
It was hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm being a goofball today.
I know that only a fraction of babies are actually born on the exact due date, but I have always been very regular on my periods, and I have a feeling that I may be one of those cases.
I have a feeling that I'm going to deliver.
That has nothing to do with your delivery.
I'm enjoying that. I'm glad that this was the next sentence. I was going to say it, but I wanted you to continue. I'm enjoying that they're making an argument that has not even they're on a premise. They're like, hey, if this happens, he's like, I mean, I kind of want to watch the game. Well, we're done.
I don't think she's saying that they're going to be done.
They're going to be done.
All I'm saying is Colts quarterback Carson Wentz, baby born the day of a game. He still played in that game. That's commitment.
The baby's not being born
Okay,
all
this
day.
man's not going to make $1 million to go see this movie.
What if there's like a ticket giveaway?
Fuck off.
He's got a really big review channel on YouTube.
He says it's important to see the movie the first day because of spoilers.
Yeah.
And even if I end up having the baby that day while he's watching the movie, at worst, he would arrive a few hours late and it's not such a big deal.
Okay, hang on. No, the concession is if I get the call, I'm leaving the movie.
Yeah.
It's not, I'll finish Act 2.
Then he would be an asshole for answering a phone call in the middle of a movie.
What's worse?
It depends.
The Batman? You silence your fucking phone. What are you, the Joker?
I'm sorry I had to forward your call, babe. It was the climax.
This dude ain't ever gonna see her climax ever again.
She probably hasn't ever.
Hey, you fucking got his ass.
He says I'm being irrational and emotional because of being pregnant. I am upset because I feel deprioritized by him. Am I the asshole?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Yes, a little bit, but him way more. Because of the whole, like, they're making an argument out of a thing, but he's just literally making it a bajillion times worse. Like,
Okay.
the way he's like, oh, you're just being irrational because you're fucking pregnancy brain. It's like, just don't say that. Don't say that. That's bad.
Do you guys remember the hole from the Dark Knight
Rises?
You remember that hole that Bane lived in? Batman got thrown down, broke his back.
He was born in it.
Yeah.
Raised in it.
This man's digging a hole that deep, arguing that he's going to go see Batman on the day of his child's birth.
And just like Bruce Wayne, he's climbing out on fucking March 17th, and he's watching that bitch. I love the, like, I'd only be a few hours late if it was during the movie. Like, come on, man. Just play into her hand. Just be like, yeah, I'll fucking leave.
Or just say, well, I won't go see it if it's happening.
Because it won't happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
She's got a good feeling, though.
you can decide, like, you can kind of tell when it's getting closer and closer to that point. The day before, just be like, it hasn't happened yet. It's getting too close. You shouldn't go to the movie. Then you don't go to the movie.
Have they talked about intubation the day before? Was that what it's called?
No.
That's-
Induction.
Induction. Have they thought about inducing the day before just to be safe?
That's not necessarily how this works.
Have they thought about it? Just go on a walk with her for the week leading up to it. Just go on a long walk.
A lot of walks, a lot of
Just
sex.
see,
I think
like,
those both help
Let's
with
see what happens.
starting labor. You don't have to take my word on this, but maybe just illegally stream it. You're in the delivery room. She's not even paying attention. She's yelling. She's screaming. Illegally stream it.
Now, Erica, what's worse, missing the pregnancy because you're watching The Batman with Robert Pattinson, or illegally streaming The Batman with Robert Pattinson in the delivery room? What's worse?
Both are equally bad.
Wow.
Equally bad.
I don't want either one of those.
Wow.
So good thing I'm doing July and not
Okay.
March.
Can I alter?
Probably not, but go ahead. You're going to do it anyway.
Say, Doc, I got this. Put it down by her hoo-ha and pretend like you're delivering the baby, but you're just watching the Batman on your phone the whole time. That way she's none the wiser.
You just go, I want to see the miracle of childbirth. Let me go down there. And
Or
This is
hear
so
me
beautiful.
out. Hear me out.
Okay.
All right? Be a supportive fucking partner
Mm,
and just be there for your person giving birth.
be the Robin to her Batman.
Oh my
Absolutely.
fucking God. What was I expecting from this? Listeners, tell me. What was I expecting from this? Am I the asshole for expecting anything better than this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure fucking am.
89 episodes. You knew what to expect.
Fool you once, Erica. Shame on us.
Fool you 88 more times.
This is
Shame on me.
you.
Shame on me. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Guys, I don't want to miss the Batman. We got to end this recording right now. Thank you so much for listening. Erica, where can they find this on all social medias at?
Google it. It's on Instagram,
Google
Twitter.
what?
But just in case.
Google the Judgies pod.
Yes, Erica with
At
that.
Judgies pod.
And if they're just having trouble, they're getting a couple typos. How would they spell that, Erica?
JUDGIES pod.
And if you want to leave a review, do that. And if you want to send us an email with a story or or Instagram DM with a story, that's judgiespod@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. You're wonderful. I'm sorry this episode was a shit show, but all Erica episodes are shit shows.
Listen. I'm sorry that these two men ruined my episode when I was trying to make an episode about how men deserve love sometimes. I take it all back.
Hey. The Judgies love you.
Oh, no.
We'll fix it in post!
This was chaos. This whole episode was chaos.
Who could have ever expected?
Not me.